tracks today.
Yeah. I need them bands, run it up fast, stuffing them shits in the safe. Got me a spot out the way, nigga just tryna be safe. Leaving the house with the glizzy, nigga.
Let's get to the sports talk.
Well, Jay, the saga that never ends has reached something of an end, at least for now, in Oakland, with the Raiders officially releasing Antonio Brown as he requested be done early this morning. The release after the Raiders fined him over $215,000, told him that he would not be entitled to any termination pay in a separate letter. And
man, it's been going on since Pittsburgh. The drama that keep going around with him acting like a prima donna, and him not doing so well with his team, like cussing out his GM, complaining about a helmet, want to retire, and it's a lot of things he just circulating. It's toxic. Like, people gonna give him a job because of who he is, but if he don't, because he brought it on himself, because the way he been acting, like you missed the whole training camp because of helmet. You ain't want to be there. Like, you gotta be at training camp to get a vibe with your quarterback, your new quarterback, but all this drama you worrying about off the field is not helping the team. And they just cut ties with him because he said, I want to be cut. They gave you guaranteed money and you still ain't happy. What is going to make you happy? And you keep acting like this, the NFL already blackballing a lot of players. You're going to be out of the league. You'll go from being a top wide receiver to sitting at home watching everybody else play because your selfish ways that you doing. Like, you was a Hall of Fame type wide receiver, and you messing everything up because you let your ego get in your way. That's why it took so long for T.O. to get in the Hall of Fame. And that's the same thing that's gonna happen to you because your ways. Like, what you gonna do is a team pick you up, you gonna do the same thing, and then you gonna be out of the league.
Basically voided his guarantees. So I would imagine that there's a battle over the $29.125 million that was remaining on his contract in guaranteed money. The Raiders and Antonio Brown might not be done doing business yet as they haggle over that money, that large sum of money. And now Antonio Brown becomes a free agent, free to sign with another team. And what has transpired over the course of the last week certainly is not going to help him get the type of contract that he was looking for. It'll be interesting to see if and when how many teams are interested in him. I would assume that the union will file an expedited grievance on his behalf. And the story that basically has come to something of an end in Oakland continues on in a different way, with Antonio free, going on with everything happening right now that has continued to happen all summer long. So let's just bring it all together. In summation, he goes, he gets frostbite on his feet, he shows up to training camp in a hot air balloon, doesn't attend meetings, pulls at the team for fining him, challenges or curses out his general manager, posts a video of a conversation, a private conversation he had with John Gruden last night, demands his release, and ultimately gets his release. And Antonio Brown's chapter with the Raiders, one of the most bizarre chapters that has ever unfolded with any player on any team at any point in the history of football, has now come to something of an end.
You've been covering this story. At what point did this start to go wrong where you realized, oh?
It's like going out of Pittsburgh, you got out of there. You go to Oakland and do the same thing. I think somebody go get him a job, but at the same time, it's gonna be hard because you don't know who you're gonna get. You're gonna get the Antonio that want to play or complain about other things. They ain't gonna know what they're gonna get. That's why it's gonna be tough to get another job. But because who you is, they gonna try to give you a chance. They don't know if you gonna bring the toxic with you, or you gonna be ready to play when they bring you in. He gotta stop before he be out of the NFL. You get a nice contract, and you still ain't happy.
Oh, this might not end well.
When the Raiders traded for him, and there was not a lot of interest in him around the league. And Pittsburgh was willing to trade arguably the most productive wide receiver in all of football for a 3rd and 5th round draft pick while eating $21 million against their own salary cap. It was important enough for Pittsburgh to have $21 million count against their cap this year to trade him. Isn't that a sign that something is wrong?
That's a sign to me. Apparently the Raiders didn't see that. They thought, what made them think they could handle it?
Basically, John Gruden wanted playmakers, and they thought that they were getting a bargain on Antonio Brown for a 3rd and 5th round pick. And everybody always thinks that they're going to be the one that controls the guys. But I think that we've seen his conduct become more and more outrageous over time, and more unique, and more, how do we say this? Eclectic. And so, basically, now we have a situation where this drama has unfolded in a crazy way.
What's the market for Antonio Brown right now?
Let's go back to when the Raiders were shopping him, or the Steelers were shopping him. It was not exactly robust. Now, at that point in time, there were a couple of teams that had to become.
The way it sound, man, it's like you mess up your own career. But you let things go to your head. Like, you too much of a great wide receiver to go out like that. But you gotta blame yourself for your little ways you've been doing. Now teams gonna be hesitant to bring you in. Even though you a big name, they be hesitant. They like, he gonna wanna practice or be at home or walk off the practice field. And he gonna want to be here with us or he wanna complain. They don't know who they getting when they bring in. The Raiders thought, okay, we get a great wide receiver that can help Carr out and be a playmaker for him. But turn out, you still same guy for Pittsburgh. Like, you gotta make your mind, man. Do you want to be out of the league? You too much of a great to go out like that. But your ego and your selfishness is not helping you. It's gonna be tough for teams to bring you in. They might bring you in because you Antonio, but they looking like they can't put up with you. You're not gonna get another contract like that.
Compensate a couple of parties. You got to compensate the Steelers and Antonio Brown. In this case, you just have to compensate Antonio Brown. But I would say this to you. Do you think that there's a team out there that's going to be more willing or less willing to give him guaranteed money than at the time that the Steelers were trading him?
Hi everyone, thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, more analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus. We'll see you there.